to start. Rob?
Matt, the margins tonight, they turn it over the way they did in the first half. You score touchdowns. Rocco statistically doesn't have a good night, but he makes winning plays. DP's punt block. How do you put in perspective the plays you guys made in the moment that allowed you to get this win?
Yeah, I think you probably hit it right. You know, we were able to do the little things in the moments to be able to win the game, and man, really good football team. Obviously, we got a lot of respect for Kansas State and Coach Kleiman, and the ability for our kids to make critical plays in critical moments certainly was the difference in the game. And we knew kind of with the weather and the field, it was going to be just a hard-fought football game, and we were going to have to make those plays. Darian knocks the ball out, causes the fumble. He's also blocks the field goal, and how about the night he had? I mean, just incredible. And it's man, I think it's a testament again to you probably fitting for this team to win that way to finish the regular season. And so couldn't be prouder of them. Really excited for them and what they've accomplished, and certainly what the future holds for them as well.
The run Abu had with the spin move in space and getting whatever it was, 30 yards, tack on the face mask, Jaden makes the play. How critical was that? Because you had not been able to run the ball, and then after that you were able to actually seal the win. Running the football.
Yeah, no, I think that was really big. Big moment. Again, Coach Mauser did a great job. Kind of, I think we tried to get big early, and man, they really started to load the box. And then I thought our adjustment to kind of thin things out and create some running lanes for our guys, and I thought we were able to do a great job of that in the second half. And I think that adjustment alone was really big. It really allowed our football team to have success.
Coach, I know you still need some help in Provo, but to put yourself in the position to potentially go to Dallas in front of fans, how special is that?
Well, obviously, if that's the opportunity that's presented, it'll have been earned. Our kids have really never wavered, and honestly, I think it's fitting that even this isn't easy. Right? We're waiting till the midnight hour to figure out exactly what that'll look like, and I think the reality for this team and this program and being there a couple years ago and not having the opportunity to kind of fall 31 yards short of finishing that game. If we get that opportunity, it'll be a great opportunity for our program and obviously for our fan base to be able to be a part of that with us.
Matt, I wanted to ask you just about kind of some sequences in the third quarter. There was a third down pass after they had scored. There was a third down pass where things weren't going well, but you were able to get the ball from the 20 to the 32.
Yeah.
And then go down the field. You ended up going for it. You didn't get it. But it seemed like that at least gave your offense some confidence,
Yeah.
and that throw at that point seemed to be really important.
Yeah, it was a third down and 10,
Yeah.
right? And Rocco found, we were able to, Carson Brown found him right in the middle of the field. And I think it was big for Rocco. We were trying to just find the momentum a little bit. And I think that play kind of like gave everybody a little bit of a sigh of relief and allowed us to go play good football from there on out. I really thought Rocco, after that play, kind of settled himself back into the football game. And, again, we were able to settle ourselves back into the football game collectively. And you're right, we didn't finish on that 4th and 2, but, I think just moving the football down there, I think it really gave us a lot of confidence moving forward.
And then the safety. It seemed at that point, again, just the pass rush to be able to get a 22-yard sack
Yeah.
and do that. I mean, how much life did it give you guys at that juncture of the game? And then what did it kind of say about your pass rush in that situation?
Well, great call by Coach Haycock. I think, it was a really, really good, it was a pressure, and we were able to get somebody loose right through the middle of the defense or through the offense. And, again, those are the moments. I would still say, I think some of those, early in the first half of the game, our ability to create turnovers. Obviously, I think Darian's blocked kick, even though, it went back and forth, and I think they went down to score, just those are huge moments. And then the ability for, like you're saying, the ability to create a sack and score on defense, we haven't done that in a little bit here. And I think those plays were huge for us. I thought we played great defense throughout the night tonight and, really gave ourselves a chance to win a big football game here at home.
Matt, you guys honored seniors before the game, a group you've praised highly throughout the season. What did you make of their holistic performance tonight? Jaden Higgins, Darian Porter, just to name a few.
Well, I mean, they're the reason we've been here, right? And I think a senior night is always tough because there's so much emotion that can go with that, and I think we're all emotional, right? And you're capping off a career of this group, especially that has, they probably literally saved the program, right, a year ago, and what they've done every single game from last year through this year has been nothing short of transformational. And in every moment, in every game, they've given Iowa State football a chance to win, and they certainly did it again tonight. I mean, you're right, Jaden Higgins, Hufford. You look at Singleton coming back and playing, and the way he played tonight, and Bo, and Miles Purchase had a couple really big plays. I thought played a really good football game, and obviously what Jalen Knoll, the big punt return, had a great punt return, did a great job for us. Higgins, and you can really go down the list. I mean, that's what makes this group really special. I think they made history tonight, right? First time we've ever won 10 regular season games. And you don't make history if your seniors aren't their best. And our seniors have been absolutely incredible, and it's been leadership for the ages. And really grateful for them. It's been an honor to lead with them. And, hopefully got the opportunity to do some really special things, continue to move forward.
What do you have to say about Tayshaun James's game today?
Yeah, really just happy for him. I thought him and Jamison Patton really stepped in, and, Malik physically just wasn't ready to go. And, I know that stinks for Malik because he's done such a great job for us and been such a great player for us. But, again, it's just another example of this team. You could sit and make excuses about all the injuries we've had and, all the injuries that continue to happen, but we don't. The next man steps up and he comes in and he plays for the betterment of the football program and the football team. And I've never seen anything like it. Again, I give a lot of credit to some of those seniors in the back end and Bo, and I think, Malik did a really great job of helping those guys be ready to play. But I thought, it was great to see. And Tayshaun got a little bit of opportunity at Kansas, and it wasn't always perfect there. But I think he took those reps and he really made great use of those reps tonight. I thought he played a really good football game.
And I know there's still more football left, obviously, but just how do you reflect on just what it took to reach this first 10-win season?
Well, it takes everything you got. Like I wish I could tell you it's never going to be easy. It's going to be really challenging, and it takes everything you have. And it takes great leadership from your coaches, and this has been an incredible coaching staff. A staff that everybody's been willing to work together, which I think has been just such a great reward. You got Coach Haycock and the veteranness on the defensive staff, and then, man, you see Miles step up and do what he has done this year in that offensive staff. And, there's unity. And like I said, I think it's the first time nobody cares if you won 3-2 or you won, whatever it was tonight, 29-21. It's like whatever is best for the team. And then you talk – and I know I've talked ad nauseum about the leadership of the senior class because everything, man, it starts at the top and then works its way down. And, man, those guys have been convicted since January, and they've had this conviction in what are the standards? How do you come into the weight room? How do you take care of your body? Man, how do you show up in terms of spring practice? How do you show up and study film? So they've been convicted on the standards. I think they've certainly, when you do that, you've got this unbelievable, uncanny ability that when adversity hits, you've got something to fall back on. And this group has given action to adversity every step of the way. They've never complained, bitched, whined. Man, they've stood up and they've sprinted through the storms of adversity, and it's been really powerful to watch. And then I think the last thing is you got to have some passion, and you got to have great vision. And I think this group has really had that. So, when you have a great coaching staff and then you have great senior leadership, man, special things can happen. And I think that's what's transpired here over the last 3 to 4 months. It's been really special to be a part of.
Speaking on big achievements, obviously last season Jaden Higgins and Jalen Knoll were a little bit short of reaching the 1,000-yard mark, and then last week we saw in Utah Jaden Higgins reach that, and then tonight Jalen Knoll reached out. I think it was a 9-yard touchdown catch he got it on. What's it kind of been, especially with Knoll, been with the program for so many years, to finally reach this 1,000-yard mark?
Yeah, and I think that's what I love about Jalen. I don't know, the number is great. I'm sure the win is greater. And, you know, those two guys are going to play football for a long time. You know, they're going to have monumental moments moving forward because their football is just beginning, to be quite honest with you. But what those two, and especially Jalen, has meant to this place, a two-time captain, a guy that, you know, started his career running, over and backs with Brock Purdy, and my greatest visualization is watching those two in 21 as we're coming off of COVID and those guys training together in the weight room. And, you know, it gave Jalen the confidence to come in and by the, third or fourth game of his freshman year earn the right to be the starting receiver here. And, you know, how that guy's practiced every day and how he works every day and what he's meant to this program. It's been remarkable. He'll go down as one of the all-time greats here. And for him to be able to obviously cap it with an achievement like that, personally, I'm sure that's great for him. But I would tell you it's even greater that he's going to be able to bring his wife and kids back here and say, look what I did. First team ever to be able to win 10 football games in the regular season here. And, man, I was the guy that was the captain of that. And I think that's going to be really special for him.
Excuse me. Realizing that next week's winner in Arlington will be regarded as the league champion, but you'll forever be tied for first place in the 9-game block. How do you feel about that first place tie, and how would you describe that 9-game block?
I don't know. I don't know how I would describe it. I know we won the outright championship in 2020, and then we lost the championship game, and that was a gut punch. So I think the reality of it is there's a championship game, and, you know, if you earn the right to get in it, you get in it, and then you got to go win it. And so, you know, I would just tell you, you know, I know what it's like to win the outright championship on the front end and then get punched in the gut being 31 yards short in the championship game. So I don't know if that answers your question, but that's how I would feel about it.
Well, okay. How would you describe this 9-game block of games in this league in which you won 7 of them? How did that happen?
How we won 7? Yeah, you know, I probably can tell you probably more so how we lost 2. But the reality of it is, you know, I think our recipe for success has never wavered, really, to be quite honest with you. You know, it's been our seniors playing great football. It's been the ability to win ball security. I think every single game that we've won, we won the turnover margin. And, you know, I think the reality of it is, you know, playing complementary football. So that's been our niche here, you know, whether it's the 9-game block or, man, when we got here and you had to play everybody in a round robin, that's what it's take to have success. And the great thing about us is we've had success no matter how it's been, whether it's a 9-game block or you had to play everybody. I think you look at our history in the last 9 years, we've won every way, shape, and form.
You talked there a lot about the process that you guys use to be successful on the field, but to get 10 wins and talk about your process off the field and how proud you are to do it. Does tonight just give you a little bit of extra conviction of what you're doing here is working and it can work here for an extended period of time?
Yeah, you know, I maybe, you know, to me, these are great moments, but like I look at the success of our kids and how we play, and it's always meant more to me than just the winning and the losing. You know, to me, it's the character and how we do things and the ability to consistently show up. And, man, we lost 2 games this year, but, man, I thought our kids played their tails off. And, you know, we had adversity surrounding us, those games, those moments, and, you know, but, man, our kids never wavered and they kept fighting. And, you know, that is how you have to win at Iowa State. You got to out-tough people. You got to be the toughest, mentally toughest team that you possibly can be, and you got to be able to do the little things really well here. There's never going to be another way to do it. And if there is, God bless them, whoever comes next. But the reality for us of, man, being a tough physical football team with a great mindset, the ability to play as a team and for each other, I still believe that's the way to win here, and I'm really grateful that we've been able to do it here for the last 9 years.
Coach, 14 months ago was the loss to Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned the seniors changing the program. What exactly changed on that day?
Yeah, I don't know so much on that day as, you know, I'd probably flip it back to, you know, late May, and, you know, Jamie and I are coming back from Arizona, and, you know, you're going through, you know, man, what happened here, losing 7 seniors on one day and 7 senior starters in our football program, and that's hard. And hard for those young men, hard for our football team. And to be honest with you, how that locker room was able to kind of pull through that. And I think the Ohio game probably spearheaded it. Maybe that day Rocco Beck was born, and man, a guy that was the flu and couldn't even like hold his head up and, is puking his brains out at halftime and then comes back in the game and does everything in his power to give us a chance to win the game. I think that day we we had an identity of, even though this didn't work out, and we flip back, that quarterback was pretty good at Ohio. I think he's playing in Indiana now, and they're pretty good. And so, I think it gave us the ability to say, we're going to be okay. And we got our quarterback, we know who we are now, and we know where we're going. And I think from that point on, man, we really haven't wavered. But, there's some moments there from May through that Ohio game that you knew you really had a great shot to get this thing back to where you needed to. And like I said, there were some hard moments in there and hard moments for some individuals, but really hard moments for our team and our culture. But it was fun to watch our kids and the leadership of this program, last year's seniors and this year's seniors, do an unbelievable job of leading through hard things.
We got time for one more. Players are out there.
Matt, would missing the Big 12 championship game on a tiebreaker have any impact in your mind on how much successful this season has been?
No. Obviously, the situation is what the situation is. And so, like I said, it would end. There's no more fitting piece of it is we're going to have to wait to the midnight hour to see exactly where we're at. But everything this team's needed to do and everything this team's had to do to put itself in position to be where we are right now, our kids have done it. And they haven't wavered. They haven't quit. And I'm really proud of them.
BYU's up 21-10 at halftime.
Awesome. We'll have our BYU hats on, and we'll be ready to rock and roll. Thank you very much, guys. Have a great night.